confident that I'm insecure. Not deep, don't want to know what that is all about, but I need to know that if I die that you'll be proud of me. And everything you hope that I'll be. Wait, criticism knocks me to my knees. I speak. I don't like hearing words that's coming out. Yes, please. How come you didn't tell me this before? I'm confident that I'm insecure. Lawrence, the band. I'm confident that I'm insecure. Look, I didn't feel like showing my face today, and then I procrastinated for half an hour blow drying my hair, making myself feel wonderful, and I still don't feel like showing my face, but I clearly needed to feel better than I did. So maybe I did that. As soon as I hit record, we have people here. It's been no one for hours. So make of that what you will, and so let the energy settle before today's one. Thank you for joining me today. I am going to do something a little bit more intentional, maybe a little different. By the way, I hope that it resonates and you find something for yourself in the stories I share today. I am opening up by sharing the portal that I have picked, the intention portal. Thank you to BaliMama, the artist, muse, and divine co-creator of these intrinsic messages that have guided each of my clients with intention to get to the heart of the matter of the question that they ask of the cards before we start shuffling. In this moment of meditation that I create a container for others to explore always provides me a moment of immense connection to the messages that I believe are collective and archetypical prototype memories that we all have access to, and I am honoured to be your conduit and channel these messages today. I've chosen the portal to self-worth. I needed it. And I stared at them all and I looked at the wall and I energetically bowed to each of the beautiful portals, knowing the messages behind her. I kept coming back to her because I remember her. I always remember her. Little flecks of gold that are just hiding beneath the surface here. Such a powerful metaphor for self-worth. And even before we turn to read the message, I invite you to just remember the journey that you've all come on to be to this moment, the journey this portal went through to get to this point of its own adventure. I can only imagine what we went through as BaliMama channeled the energy here to get from gold all the way to this beautiful layered peachy purple white, deep rich gold, luxurious and soft, loving, unconditionally perfect pink on the outside. Whatever you see is whatever you see. The more you look, the more you see, and I really enjoy looking at you today. The portal to self-worth. And the crystal is Indian carnelian. I carried one of these around in my water bottle for a long time to really Remember that water has memory, intention. Memory is meant to serve us to heal. My intention is to connect with my higher self, remembering I am the perfect me, aligned with my self-integrity, and always the best that I can be. I accept myself as perfection within imperfection, wabi-sabi, and I get my strength and stability from knowing I am my authentic self. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Thank you, BaliMama. So if you are willing and able to accept, please do, however you need to. You know, hands in the air, hands in the heart, leave a comment or an emoji for me to let me know that you're there. So I can value your worth from afar with you. It's evidently something we all need reminding of right now. I really had intention to share today with these messages, even though I did not want to show my face. I am here. And I'm worth it. 1% each day. Okay, I am going to actually try something a little quirky potentially. Not sure if it's expected of the demographic that's following. However, it is aligned with my authentic self, and that is what I would like you to know. If you don't align, then this is a bit of an insight into where I feel the crossover of intention with this channel will go. Not to say that it will be less of my face, but I will be taking a really slow and steady scientific approach to spirituality. And I'll talk more about that later. This is the depression, anxiety, and stress scale. I think December is a gnarly time for everyone. And for me particularly right now, I'm going through a few epic turning points. And this is a tool that I've used with my psychologist. It's an assessment tool that I use for myself, but also for my psychologist to be able to check in with where I have been at over the last week. At moments of peak depression, anxiety, or stress, I have found this to be a really valuable tool to just get some awareness and to get some clarity, and really deep clarity, certainty. And I'm well aware, even if it is torturous at times, that I am not my thoughts, and as intrusive as they do have the tendency, or I do have the tendency to allow them to get carried away. So quite quickly, an intrusive thought can turn into a state of anxiety or stress, and what was intended to protect me intentionally, Knight of Swords, coming in to save the day, ego, fear, conditioning from previous stimuli, may now no longer serve, and that moment of awareness can really help us to drop back into the portal of self-worth, and that higher knowing, that higher certainty, the ability, the High Priestess here shown, to clarify with all of the information where science meets the divine, where the Torah and the gates of Solomon, and the cycle of the moon, the true flow of the divine feminine, the fertility of the pomegranates, and X and X and X and X, and X, all the symbolism here. Where that intersects, we can actually find this moment of clarity within ourselves, and need not look for the flecks of gold that are outside of us, but find them very deep within, and be able to see perfection within that imperfection, and to be able to work with the human experience in a more tangible way. So it's simply a set of 21 questions. They each have a score. You check yourself on each of these statements and mark whether they apply to you at all, or if not at all, to some degree, a considerable degree, or a good part of the time, very often, and they apply to me very much or most of the time. Just taking that moment as in my time. Each of them relate to a different component of that depression, anxiety, stress scale, and you total those up, you'll see in each of these areas. Get that ready. That's, we'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to feel this out just to check in with myself before I have this moment of meditation. so that I can go into it with clarity rather than, oh, I'm just going to sufficient. I found it hard to wind down. This is the last week, by the way. And it says, please read each statement. Did I move the camera? It says, circle a number from 0, 1, 2, or 3, which indicate how much the statement applied to you over the past week. There are no right or wrong answers, and don't spend too much time on any one statement. And don't overthink it, right? You're obviously in a state of anxiety or doing this. I found it hard to wind down, a considerable degree of the time. I was aware of dryness in my mouth. I'm aware of it right now, to be fair. I couldn't seem to experience any positive feeling or, well, I'm pretty good at that, but there were times I experienced breathing, a little more than usual. Breathing difficulty. I've done this before, so I'm rushing through the questions, but I just want you to witness. I think difficult work up the issue. I tended to overreact to situations. I experienced trembling and reaction. I felt that I was euphoric and nervous energy. I was worried about the situation or panic for myself. 100% honestly thought that something had happened this morning. Really bad. And then I knew it was not real. I had felt that I had nothing to look forward to. I've got so much to look forward to. No, a little too much. Maybe I want to go 0. I was like, I felt that hard and really bad. I was like, I need to make everything. Getting on over those intolerant. It's such a tricky question as well as get stuck because, like, I'm tolerant. I am intolerant way too much of interruptions, and I get distracted. Word on my head, instead of facing it, true support. I felt I was close to panic. Close to panic. Considerable amount. I was unable to become enthusiastic about anything. Look, I'm a bit fat. Thought I wasn't quite as much as a person. Well, that's why I'm here. I tried so hard not to let that thought in, but I did think it a lot. And I thought it a lot. Most of the time, it's just really trying to keep my shit together and be like, no, that can't be you. Thought I was going to touch you. I was aware of the action of my heart in the absence of the physical exertion. My heart rate increased. Heart rate variability is like, this is the window to heart math, and of course that I'm working on sharing with you guys in a minute. So if that's something that you want to focus on, or at least start to become aware of, you might not even realise how high your heart rate is until you measure what matters. I was aware of the action of my heart. I felt scared without any good reason. That's what happened this morning. I felt that life was moving this way, like it's my hand on there. Okay, so depression, anxiety, stress. I don't really know how this works too. I don't think I added that up right, but it's about aligned with the percentages of what I had yesterday when I did it online, so I'm going to go with it and I'll clarify how to do that later. It's probably written somewhere here. Anyway, but anxiety and stress has been severe because anxiety is at 15 and stress is moderate. Oh, stress is mild. Okay, cool. anxiety. Well, that gives me more work with. Well, it's the intrusive thoughts, hey? Alright, well, I'm just going to do some deep breaths for a bit. And if you guys want to take a moment to do the same, you can. Or I'm going to pop a link down the bottom in the Buddha for you to do your own version of that DAS scale. If you want to check in with yourself that way. Did I smoke that whole joint again? It is anxiety. It's not, it's right here. I found it. It's on the lap. Yikes. It's a tough time, isn't it?
There's no but festival to the pie and they finish up today.
I think what I'm looking for is a way to manage the anxiety in more munchable, digestible chunks. I've been learning about that through the degree that I'm studying in, like I said, a more softly scientific approach. And understanding just how we learn and how we remember things, and obviously how we create lasting change in behaviour that we want to see reduce, i.e. anxiety going from severe to normal would be great. What was the point of what I was going to say? Anyways, alright, well let's just shuffle, shall we? This or that, Two of Swords. There might be ways for us to find new approaches to chunk down and to create more bite-sized ways just to deal with this. And if it's just for you guys over the next period of time, December, dealing with conflict and confusion, especially with family, and not to say that depression is not part of the whole scale, the spectrum of this awareness test. And while anxiety might be what has come up for me today, in your own reflection, interpret how you need to deal with, because it very quickly one turns to the other. Depression and anxiety are the yin and yang of mental health. I mean, that's not that's by no means a statistic, but look, you know what I'm saying with this. I'm looking at the Knight of Swords crossed with the Five of Swords, which is anxiety over conflict and finding new ways in yourself to deal with conflict or even avoid having to go to war in the first place. Wow, Ten of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety. Swords is air, etheric, mental, to the pace of this. Yeah, so, alignment is a thing, You get what you give, and really hone into that piece of perfectly imperfect. Oh, I'm really sorry. But this is going to be so intense, this chapter. Oh, it's okay. All the things he said, running through my head, running through my head, running through my head. All the things he said, running through my head, running through my head. Wow. This is love. Oh, what's that song? This is love. Security, cool. Oof. I mean, well, this is why I didn't want to show my face. Judgment. Okay, I'm just taking a second to really assess the buffet of messages before I decide what bite-sized message to chew on and get to the gold flakes underneath, the truth, the heart of the matter. Amongst all of this chaos and seeming imbalance and dramatic endings, drama. There is peace in this little peace sign here in the Ten of Swords, and that yellow background that's peeking through there nods to the 3 yellow cards that are here, and of the 10, that's quite a high percentage of highlighted illumination that would like our attention. Oh, and if that's the power of positive thinking, then I'll take it, because the King of Pentacles in the position of hopes and or fears is a true nod to the intention of the gold, yellow, self-worth piece, the heart of the matter, the intention of the reading, the quest of the human experience, the thing that turns the fool into the hero on the journey. The King of Pentacles is the last card in the deck, so we're seeing full self-actualization as part of the hopes and or fears. So it feels like you might be meeting a formidable, and for lack of a better word, I'm going to say opponent, because there is resistance to collaboration, especially if there is conflict and confusion happening. I've got the 7 of Pentacles in the position of the unconscious, and that is the confusion of choice and based on setting values, cups, emotion, and there's 6 on the bottom of the deck. That's just one step into the future, 6 to the 7, okay? So a huge step for mankind, for inner security mankind. Maybe masculine energy, sure, but there is more of an invitation to see where masculine and feminine make you whole internally, your inner security, your inner confidence, so as to not jump out of a burning building when it's on fire without first assessing that the next problem you'll have is, oh fuck, now we're in water and towers burnt down. I kind of feel this energy of like choose your battles and don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but also like to get out of Dodge, you really need to deal with your perception of drama, trauma, and how it is being felt in the value category, how it is being received in the information category, i.e. reactions, triggers, thoughts, conflict, it's communication, whether it's internal or external. Or a little bit more excitedly or intrinsically or more in line with that freedom of the human experience. That is, I think, the true intention of why we came here, is to be able to feel it all. Like if you can feel those 10 swords in your back consciously, this is in the position of your conscious choice, stab, 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 then you can also feel the warmth of the sun in the background and the peace of the offering of something that can now be dead, done and over. And this too shall pass. So let the smoke clear, let the fog clear, let the shadow clear, let the tower burn. Inevitably, in the position of the future, we'll be anxiously on the lookout for what this tower is. But I kind of want to say that it's already happened, in a sense of we're projecting without even looking into the future. The energy we're showing up in is the Knight of Swords, and it's looking into the past. And all the times that the wheels fell off the chariot, and the yin and yang, and the possibility of imbalance. It's kind of inevitable if you don't have these two sphinxes in alignment, yin and yang, masculine and feminine, red and blue, king and queen, whatever, then you're going nowhere fast, and it's a loop in the mind instead. So I really feel like that looking into the past and sitting, waiting for trouble, rather than seeing it as maintenance or the pit stop on the journey, learning and development, the training ground, stepping into the vehicle of the self, really. The chariot, this being here is the representation of emperor energy, which is that confidence and strength in that masculine energy. You see it represented with the red in a lot of the cards. And another nod to that is this King of Pentacles, so it's full self-actualization. It's, do you have a fear of success, or is it a fear of failure? In either way, can you see how without putting that to work or going to maintenance mode on that imbalance within, you are stalling your journey and isolating yourself further from the town in the background? We keep looking back at that. We keep looking back at that. And it stirs up conflict, the crossing energy, what might be hurting or helping. So let's allow the helping conflict to give us opportunity to adopt a different version of the self. There's 3 different versions here of how we can deal with the conflict. One has the swords, one's walking away, one might be going for a swim in a moment. There's water in the background, which is that which the vessel of cups holds, the intangible flow. We first see introduced that blue with the High Priestess in the beginning of the deck, in the beginning of this reading even. Remember the knowing, remember the intention. It's that worthiness piece. And truly, judgment of the self is the most critically acclaimed and the busiest minds, the most intelligent minds. You know. But look, this has been going on. This is, I say this has been going on. I just had a quick look at the bottom of the deck here, the 6 of Cups. And this is not good. This could be a soul partner. I'm kind of honing in on what the conflict might be. It just could be family in general during this Christmas and New Year period. December is a gnarly time. I don't know about you, but I'm Sagittarian and I'm about to turn 40 on Friday the 13th. There's a lot of ominous energies that are being run through my value system at the moment, as my physical vessel also is going through its own set of situations. There's conflict on all fronts, but I appreciate maintenance mode, and I appreciate maintenance mode because I do definitely respect the challenge of having this profound archetype of security, this pedestal almost perception of what success might look like or what value we offer as a ruler of the pentacles, right? This is coins, earth energies, the stuff we can quantify of our life's journey, the skills we've mastered, the stuff we've built, the value we've impacted, all of that jazz, right? So it's a really big time for releasing judgment in that piece. Like, that's his final call, right? Second to last card in the major arcana, Tower, moment of judgment. It's a pretty powerful hack, shortcut, no shortcuts, but this chapter, this rite of passage that inevitably feels like we're all going through in some sense. Always we wake up creating from the unknown and take that decision to leave a comfort zone, and then here we are, we're out there, got our wands, looks like a barren land, but this is the golden hour. Those are ships out there. We have to go to these opportunities. There might be a strategy or a rite of passage to go through, or a chapter of time, but fear not of those intrusive thoughts. Really, you'll know what to do when it's based on desire. Then Knight of Swords, in this position of your personal power, that self-worth, that gold flecks underneath your own pastel journey of people pleasing and suppressing anger or being confused with you or your own values and avoiding or ending dramatically, dramatizing, catastrophizing situations consciously without acknowledging that confusion that underlies. That's the gold, that's the gold. I mean, and if it's not the gold for this person, connection, for family, for who you ever choose to surround yourself with, then you can't heal in a place that continues to hurt you. So please be sure to line up with those flecks of desire gold that are urging you to gallop or to hold your horses even, to really check that you're on course, on track, on the right track for what's in line for your own desire. Because at the end of the day, that final call, if you can look yourself in the mirror each day and go, yeah, look, I fucking did the best I could with what I had at the time, and I'm not perfect, but I'm awesome. Wabi sabi, perfectly imperfect. You free yourself from the mortgage of drama. Inevitably, the retainer we pay each month to subscribe to collective, and it could just be consumerism at Christmas time, and we're just like, fuck this, throw it out the window. Maybe just, don't ruin Christmas in the final hour. This could be that kind of volunteering vulnerability that frees you and allows you to end the cycle. You could be skipping joyfully in the shadow. This is shadow energy. In the shadow of healing, clearing that confusion and really becoming that conductor of choice that nobody else but you can do. You might want to pull up your own horses, and this is your personal power to be able to do that. What might have felt risky in the past might not be needing so much insurance now. You are holding yourself to quite a high regard of what success is, and I think if you look around in the water, then look up and see that burning tower, you'll realise you're safe. Your nervous system works, responds well to danger. Well done. No need to go down with the ship. And that's just simply divine. But I hope that's helped somebody. It certainly helped me. And I feel like I've pumped my tires up a little bit. And with that, I think the portal is closed. Hopefully see you next time. Thank you for listening and tuning in today.